this is unboxing of a Meade ETX 9T, I think, which has been deforked and will be used as a spotting scope. Let's open it and see. Okay, I have now opened it. Let's see what is inside. On top of it comes this, which looks like an eyepiece. Let me unwrap it. Okay, Meade Super Plus Soul 26mm eyepiece. This is a good eyepiece actually. Gives a good full view in a 1¼ inch barrel. So good start. Good. Okay, let's see what is inside. Newspaper. Oh, that here comes. Oh, it has one of these thingies. Oh, let me bring it out. Okay, looks very well packed. Oh, the jam. This is practically, I have looked through this, and this is practically a lovely Questar. I have looked through a Questar. I know how Questar performs, and this must be like something like that. The only thing I'm not happy is that it doesn't have a eyepiece stopper here, eyepiece cap. But generally it looks beautiful. Look at it. And this is the focuser. On its own it costs £11. That's nice. Okay, that's the mirror. Okay, no finder scope, but let us open the cap and see what is there. Okay, this is a Questar. So I've put it on this spinner scope mount, which is quite sturdy. But it really is doing well. It's light. I think the original spotter scope that goes on this is a Bushnell Voyager or Discovery. Is really, yeah, really heavier than this. So this is quite lighter. We must have no problem. So I'm going to put it. Look at outside what's going on in the big bad world. Okay. So from the window allotment gardener, that's what you will see. And it's raining outside. I don't want to expose it to rain. So I'll just look through here and see what can I see. Of course my hand is shaking and holding the camera on the eyepiece. $40mm plus soul from Ostara, which is one of my best, cheapest, but the best. Now let's see what we can see here. So I prefer this 40mm one. It has a good eye relief also. So these are the flowers that I was looking at, and you can see even with the high zoom of this camera mobile, you don't see any individual flowers. But with this, I could see the stems of them, and I could actually focus on them. Tonight is the 14th of the lunar cycle, and as you can see, I'm observing the moon. It's full moon, so you just can barely see the craters and features near the limb around the circle of the moon. I've used the Celestron C9T, which is a Maksutov, very good telescope, very well built. And I've used a similar Maksutov from the Meade, again Meade ETX 90 EC electronic control. I've not used the electronic control in this observation, just used by hand to guide it. As an example of what I can see, I have chosen a crater. Okay, the crater which I've chosen is very insignificant crater. The only thing that attracted my attention was that I saw a bright spot at this here, and a very strange brighter spot here, which at the telescope, which I was using the Orion refractor, it was barely visible, and I just wanted to know what is this. So I just brought the Maksutovs just to look at it. I'm telling you, this is not an easy feature. You may not be able to pick it. This is a moon map, lunar globe HD, that shows this. The crater is called Beargeus, and this is a feature that I tried to look at with both these telescopes. And I use this eyepiece, which is the TMB 6mm TMB optical. It's a Chinese brand based on the TMB design of the optics. It's very good for planetary and high magnification views. I'm telling you, I've not seen anything better than this for low focal point eyepieces and high magnification. And Celestron could show it, the crater, barely you could see it. With Orion you could see it. Celestron made it very clear. This made it completely visible, the Meade ETX 90 EC. If I want to pick a telescope for observation, probably I will pick this one. This is a superb telescope. This Celestron Mac C9T is one of the best planetary telescopes you can get, one of the best Maksutovs. I never thought anything can beat this one. I can split the trapezium in the Orion, the heart of the Orion Nebula with this, easy. And it shows color in them, very good optics. This one beat it in that, in showing the crater Beargeus, the Meade ETX 90. Optically it is superb, superior. The same eyepiece and the same crater, and two telescopes. I tried it with the Orion refractor, short tube, 80mm, sorry, Skywatcher 80mm refractor, which is really good telescope, I must say that. It's a very good telescope. I first saw this feature on that telescope, but I was able to completely see it clearly without much effort, you know, no strain on the eye or anything, with this Meade telescope. Really happy with this. I bought it recently from the auction site. I'm really impressed with the quality. I was worried because I got it at a very good bargain price, and I was worried that what's wrong with it. On the first night that I picked it and looked at the moon, then look at the Jupiter, I was amazed. Tonight it could split the tiniest minute detail on the limb of the moon, usually invisible with any telescope. You cannot see that. this one not only picked it, it discerned it. With the, I must say, with the Skywatcher, I found what is the name of this feature, but it was with the Celestron and with the Meade that I could actually approach the clarity that the Moon Globe HD could actually provide. Of course, in this one you can zoom a lot, but the illumination level and the features are not the same exactly. It's near Grimaldi, I must say that you can crater hop from Grimaldi to the northern tip of it. Northern, I don't know which way, anyway. To the tip of it. This, by the way, shows the image in the correct way, upright one. This shows reverse, so it's very confusing what is what. Anyway, in the tip of the Grimaldi, if you look for the Beargeos, you will find it on a map or proper map or a crater lunar map. I'm impressed with this. If I want to buy a telescope, I definitely recommend this Meade. Of course, you must know planetary telescopes, Maksutov, including this Maksutov, have a narrower field of view than a rich field telescope like the Skywatcher 80. Skywatcher 80 is perfect for planetary viewing. For wide angle, wide field of view viewing of the extended objects like nebula and the star clusters and the galaxies like M31, which is really vast. It's the closest galaxy to Earth. It practically covers a big patch of the sky. It was discovered in the Middle East by an Iranian called Azufi. There is a crater named after him, who lived somewhere near Tehran, I think. And he discovered in the 10th century in the dark skies. And now we are going to the footsteps of these great scientists, astronomers. Beargeos, I wonder who was that, but I have to look. Many years ago when I was younger, I had the opportunity actually to look through a Questar 3.5 inch Maksutov telescope. It's Rolls-Royce of the telescopes. That was amazing. And I could see with that such features. The good thing about the Meade is that optically is very close to that, almost identical. You cannot say the difference. The thing is that Questar had a better mechanics for the movements of the telescope. Whereas this one is a little bit not as good as that. For example, the parts of it is also plastic. Not all of it, but anyway. But optically is as good as Questar. Questar, if you want to buy Questar second hand, is nothing less than £3,000. Questar is a 3.5 inch telescope. You have to pay £3,500, but there are 7 inch version of it, which is I think is around £20,000. And with this one, which I bought it £120, I can reach the optical quality of a Questar 3.5 inch, which is, if you buy new, is around £4,000 or £5,000. If you buy second hand, is around 3,500, something like that, depending, of course, on the model and the year of the manufacturer. Questar was around for 70 years now, and it's a well-established brand. There's high precision equipment, Rolls-Royce, as I told you, diamond studded. It's just practically a best of the best. And Meade ETX comes close to that. This Meade ETX 90, I think, is optically equal to that. I've looked through both of them, and Meade is equal. Mechanically, Questar is superior, of course. And what I'm amazed about this Meade is that no matter how many times I move the telescope, remove the eyepiece and put it back, focus stays the same. It's amazing. With this, you have to struggle with this. Any other telescope I've seen, you cannot really reach the same focus all the time without fidgeting with it. With this one, I remove the eyepiece, put it on the other telescope, put it there, remove this whole assembly away, put it back again. The focus is the same, it's not changed. I don't need to adjust it. It's clear, sharp image. Wow. Okay, I describe how it looks through the Meade ETX 90. This is Meade ETX 125. It's like a spacecraft, is Apollo spacecraft flying over the moon. I never use this term with any telescope. This limp features is because you look at them as if they're really from attitude, as if you're flying over it. This is that experience. Meade ETX 125. I think every Meade I have seen, and I have a few of them now, has exceptional optical quality. Celestron Maksutov is good. This one, C90, is really good. Of course, the ETX 90 is better than that. Meade ETX 90 better than that. Has an edge over it. The optics of this, I told you, is similar to Questar, but this one is exceptional. The Schmidt, bigger than this, Celestron doesn't have this size 125. The Maksutov, or if they have it, I have not seen it. I have not looked through it. But I have two of the Maksutov-Cassegrain in this range, 5-inch, 127, 125, and they need collimation and other things. They're not really good. Collimation is a tricky process with the Maksutov-Cassegrains. And it's Maksutovs. I love Maksutov. This is the best. I wonder why the Meade have not built a 150 millimeter Maksutov, ETX Maksutov. Have it ever made? I wonder. The collimation perfect. You don't need any change. You know, you just bump it around everywhere, and it stays the same. It's like flying over it. I've got to go back and take a look. I love this. Of course, I have to mention again, it's full moon. Full moon is a different time of the observation. You cannot see much shadows in the central parts of the moon, just limp features. But that shows you the better views because you practically see the mountains from a profile of a mountain. That's really the difference.